Loki Season 2 and some thoughts about time travel. Hi, thank you for tuning into the Tom Patelson Show. Yeah, Loki Season 2. I've only seen the first episode, and there'll be no spoilers in this episode about Loki Season 2. But I started thinking about time travel and how it has affected my science fiction fandom. Time travel is for the writer. And are there rules for time travel? Yes. But those rules are whatever the writer says that they are, because we have different views about what happens if you travel through time. This goes back to when I was in elementary school. I first heard on a film strip reel on cassette a Ray Bradbury story called A Sound of Thunder, and it was shown on this projector. That's how old I am. This projector was modern technology back in the early 70s, and I heard A Sound of Thunder, and I'll just give you the brief summation of it. They travel back in time to hunt the T-Rex, but one guy is told, don't touch anything. If you mess up anything other than hunting the T-Rex, we're going to be in deep you-know-what, and because of time travel changes, last scene he goes back and all the language is different, the earth is different, the world is completely different, because he reveals on the bottom of his foot he stepped on a butterfly back in prehistoric time, and that changed everything. So that was my first introduction. You affect the past and then the future changes. And then we got time travel movies in the 1970s and 80s. We got Time After Time with H.G. Wells chasing Jack the Ripper through time, and Somewhere in Time where Christopher Reeves goes back and falls in love. Those are all fun time travel, but the biggest time travel movie, as you know, came out in 1985 for my generation, Back to the Future. That set the tone for what we think time travel would be. He's got to get his parents to fall in love. If not, he doesn't exist, and that is the crux of the whole thing. Those are the rules. The rules of time travel in pop culture today happen because of Back to the Future. Then a year later, my fandom gets involved with Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, where they have to go back in time to the current present to, no kidding, kidnap two humpback whales, one of whom is pregnant, so they can go back and defeat, or rather distract, an alien being that only speaks whale. I know, but I love it. And Catherine Hicks, who plays Dr. Taylor, goes to the future with the crew. So they remove parts of the past and they remove an entire person to the future, and nothing happens. Doesn't change the future at all. Doesn't change the future one bit. Then in 1996, Star Trek First Contact, they go back in time again. Go back to the First Contact to visit James Cromwell, who plays Zephram Cochrane. And they tell him, we're from the future, you're going to do a great thing, you're standing on the spot where your statue's going to be. They let him know his destiny. And does it change the future? No, it doesn't change the future at all, not one bit. Then we go to 2009 with Star Trek The Reboot, with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto as Kirk and Spock. The writers had to do something to change the timeline of Star Trek, otherwise there are no stakes involved. You know when Captain Kirk dies in Star Trek Generations, so we have to do something. So they bring back Spock, Leonard Nimoy's Spock, to this timeline. They change everything, creating the Kelvin timeline, which is an offshoot of the regular timeline, so both can exist simultaneously. That's one way. Again, it's if the writer says it is. Then we'll jump forward to 2019, Avengers Endgame. All of the previous things I just mentioned, Endgame says, no, none of them are right. None of them are right. That's not how time travel works. They reset the clock on time travel entirely. And you can go in and throw in, for DC, you can throw in The Flash if you like, about all the ways that they change the timeline. But after Avengers Endgame, they opened up the multiverse with Doctor Strange and Ant-Man and Wanda and Loki and now Kang. The multiverse, where there apparently are no rules at all. It doesn't matter what happens, and it doesn't matter what happens because nothing matters anymore. That's what I'm getting from watching Loki. There are so many different variants and ideals, and whatever happens is going to happen. By the way, Loki has died a couple of times, unless we forget. So is Gamora. She's also back. I've got no stakes for the characters. I have no stakes for the characters anymore. I don't care if they die, because they'll come back, or not, or who cares. It's just, nothing's gonna keep me on the edge of my seat watching Loki season 2 if I know nothing's really gonna matter. Yeah, I can't fear for their lives if I know their lives are never in danger. Never. What this is gonna bring to mind, a deep dive. And I have to do a deep dive about this because what do we go to movies for? Science fiction fans like me, I go to the theater to escape. I don't want to see this world right now. I want to go to the movies and for 2 hours see something fantastical, amazing, wondrous, and sometimes it's just me liking the flashy lights. Or a television series, I should say, because Loki's on TV. I want to escape. For that 1 hour watching Loki, I want to just see the flashy lights and I want to see superheroes doing super things. But then I walk the fine line, do I want more of a story? Now granted, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound on sci-fi stuff. I've bought the ticket to ride, okay? I'm absolutely ready to go on this ride with you. I'll believe in the things that you say because you say them. The writer lets me know what the rules are. But with Loki season 2, I do wonder if there are any rules at all, if it's going to matter. If one of the thousands of opportunity, Kang is showing up. Kang is an incredibly powerful Marvel villain who deals with time travel, deals with alternate universes, and if that's the case, then it's going to be rough for me to really care. I'll watch the rest of Loki. I'm absolutely still in, but time travel. It's one of my favorite, it's a great trope in science fiction to go back to the past, to go forward to the future. But make up your mind on the rules or not. Just let me know ahead of time what the rules are for that particular movie. Yeah, I don't know. It does bother me a little bit about Loki. I don't know. Loki season 2. That'll do it for this week for the Tom Batelson Show and my mini review or the start or thoughts about time travel and Loki Season 2. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to continue to watch it. I can't help it. I'm not really looking forward to any particular movies coming out right now. I wish I was, but I've seen the upcoming movies. I'm going to see the new Martin Scorsese. I'll see that. But I'm wondering, what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to seeing? Let me know so I can chime in on that and I can jump in on it. I have no idea, really don't. Like and subscribe if you like this content, and hit that notification bell so you know when my stuff drops. It drops on Sunday. Till I see you next time, as always, peace, love, live long and prosper.